Okay, first of all, if you are struggling with anything, you are going to love this video. You probably have never heard anything quite like this. But it popped in. Yeah, it was one of those downloads. You know, we all get them. But let me just say something. First of all, can we cut the crap with the UAPs and UFOs? Are there aliens? Of course there's other life forms in the trillions of galaxies around us. Of course they're visiting. What proof do you need? I just saw Professor Michio Kaku, I believe his name, really cool guy, but these scientists are outdated, and he says, well, yes, they definitely, UAPs, this is real, we've seen them, but there must be robots in there for them to do those kind of maneuvers at those speeds. I'm like, hello? We're still thinking like human beings. There has to be robots in there. There are things beyond our knowledge. They don't have to be robots in there, although I believe there are some. I'm going to have a real heart-to-heart with you right now about the transition from where you are right now and what's going to happen when you come through it. You're going to love this, because if you're in that in-between space, the real uncomfortable one, where things happened and you're struggling here and you know that this is possible, maybe you don't, we're going to talk about it. You're going to realize and get excited about everything that's going on right now, and it is leading to something beautiful. I promise you that. Are you ready? You're going to love it. Let's go. Welcome to Landria, Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an amazing life. What is breakthrough fear? It's a course that I have that teaches people that fear is part of the human experience. It doesn't go away. It feels really bad. When you break through it, you use it in a powerful way. You recognize it and you break through it. You move past it, because now you are not coming from the ego story. You're coming from the spiritual one, the beautiful being that you are, that recognizes the ego's thinking and goes, yeah, I don't have to believe that anymore, and the fear subsides, and then you use what you've been through for something powerful. We're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about what's going on out there. We're going to talk about all this craziness that is just really gotten so silly. I hope you'll subscribe. I really would love your support. If you haven't purchased my book, all the things I'm going to talk to you today about are not only in the book. It was a download. I mean a serious one. I'd get up at screwball hours. But what happens is, in this book I explain in detail, and it could give you a peace that you've never felt before. It's a real simple book, but I'm sharing with you what's going on right now, including the tipping point and what I call the knowing. We're ready to go into the knowing. What is that? I'll explain. So here's what I want to share with you. We're watching Capitol Hill, or Congress, with all of this UAPs and disclosure. And is it real? Is it not? It's so stupid. And people are getting implants that they don't want. And I thought, really? Like, isn't that sort of what we do? We put these little tags on animals out there and watch them. And then, but if it happens to us, it's horrible. But we don't treat each other very well, do we? It's a load of crap. We're hypocrites. Yeah? Humans are hypocrites. We think they're evil. There is a range out there, just like there is here. Unfortunately, we're on a planet where we're with the lowest form of frequency, okay? And so no matter how high yours is, you're not going to escape the decisions of others, because the planet is gauged to allow that. We have free will. And that's a difficult thing. So let's talk about right now what I want to share with you that's happening. We are going to go into a golden age, and so this is scary, because people say, well, I heard that we're going to go into some horrible stuff, and then other people say a golden era. And what is it? It's both. Now, I just thought about this today. I thought there was a few things that I have to tidy up a little bit with things in my life. It's like, I got to do all these things to get this right, to get this in order, And I thought, such a pain. But I realized, wait a second. Whatever we have to handle here that is uncomfortable or sometimes really horrible. Let's say you're going through a divorce, something really drastic, or maybe you had an addiction and you gave that up, and you're going through this transition period. This transition period, I call it the cleanup. So let's say there's this hurricane that comes through, it's over with. What did we do here in Florida? It looked horrible. But we know here are the newer, safer homes, are the better windows, are the homes on stilts, or whatever it is we're doing, or people moving. The cleanup period is horrible. It looks awful. But what are we doing in the cleanup period? We're coming together, helping one another to solve the problems, to clean it up, to get to here. Are you in the cleanup period? The planet is in the cleanup period, cleanup phase. You're going to see some stuff happening. So let's say there's more conflict, there's more whatever else. Name it, 101 things. The cleanup period means we have this conflict going on because things will fight to hang on to what they have because they know we're going into this other era and that they have to let go of it. So you're going to see a lot of chaos in here as we clean up and transition to a new life, because the majority of people don't believe the crap anymore. They don't believe it anymore. They know that we've been manipulated. They don't trust media. They don't trust corporations. They don't trust anybody anymore because it has not worked in our favor, right? Anything in it that has controlled anything from a money standpoint or what information we receive, we know has completely been manipulated. Even the parent good guys, right? There's always a manipulation in there going, because they got to play the game, right? People with money, okay, that's great. We'll give you this, but you have to do this. That's happening less and less. People are compromising themselves less and less and less and less, and they're cleaning it up until finally we will not operate that way anymore. No tolerance, the cleanup period. So you can't live a life over here where, you're not doing crazy stuff. If, let's say, addictions of some kind or whatever. The cleanup period, you got to go through the cleanup period to become the new person. And this is horrible in here. It's painful. Change is painful. I know. I teach people, they're like, they want to start a business. And I'm like, come on over, I'll teach. Oh, they make up all kinds of excuses. Yeah, it's uncomfortable, isn't it? Go ahead and stay where you are. Is that working for you? Come see me in a few years. This has never been a better time for you to go through this. That cleanup period is going to get you to where you want to be. You will not think the same way. You will not see the world the same way. You will look at yourself as you won't even know who you were, and when you were doing certain things. There's a lot of things you've had to take care of financially, or in your personal life, your business life, earnings, your relationships. What do you have to handle? Somebody just invited me last night to a restaurant with the girls, and she warned me, there's this one person who's going to be there who pretty much insults me all night. I don't know why. Well, I do. I'm friends with somebody she really, really likes. No, she's not gay. I'm not talking about that. So I'm really close friends with the person that she loves, and she feels like I'm interfering, so she just can't stand me. She's like a one-person person. And I said to my friend, nope, I'm not coming. I'm drawing lines now. Before I might have gone just to be with my other friends, and I thought, nope, I'm going to remove myself. I've got plenty of other opportunities. You could say, well, don't let her control you, but it would be a different evening that I don't want to experience, and I don't need it. And I said, I'm drawing lines. I will not expose myself to certain things. All right? So if you're in that position, is it time for you to draw lines and clean up? So clean up means that your life is going to change. It might go into turmoil. You don't need to go tell people these things. It's not you telling your family, I'm enlightened and you're all wrong and I'm not going to talk to you anymore. That's not cleanup. That's actually the opposite. I'm talking about making some healthy, great decisions. Let's talk about physically. Like, what if you give up all the junk food and the garbage you're eating and plastic and all these other things? You got to make some big changes. The cleanup is, okay, I have to go through sugar cravings, or I don't know, I don't eat sugar. Well, once in a while I do, but I have no sugar cravings because I don't eat all that stuff. So you say, okay, there's a time period where, I have to adjust and not have those habits anymore. And it's tough because we're habit people, right? So the cleanup period means there will be people that fight to hang on to that. And there are people that are going to transition into that new phase, the golden era. And this period is a little painful because the consequences of this are in here. The consequences of the hurricane are here. The cause and effect. The effect is, these homes got tore up. We got a mess. We got to clean it up. All right? And so most of what I'm talking about here isn't a hurricane in our case. It's self-inflicted garbage. It's how we've been treating each other. It's how we've been earning. It's how we treat our bodies. It's how we treat our planet. That means I can't use plastic anymore. That means I cannot abuse my body with the foods I'm eating. That means I have to really pay attention to what I put in my mouth. That means I have to stop using chemicals on my lawn, in my house. That means I can't give my kids junk food anymore because it's convenient. Your life's going to be very inconvenient right here. Very inconvenient. And uncomfortable, but you're going to evolve in a way that's it's gonna be so awakening for you. It's gonna be so expansive. It's gonna be so magnificent, right? You're gonna say, wow, I have to go through this, but it's the tail end of that life or those things that I did that I'm not gonna do anymore, right? Maybe you left a job that was abusive and whatever, and you're like, okay, maybe I don't have that income anymore, but what am I doing here? I'm making different choices here. I'm not going to go back. I'm drawing the line. I'm not going back to that. I'm not blaming my parents anymore. I'm taking full responsibility here for my life now and all the things I've done. And so I have to clean that up. What do I want to do with my life? How do I want to look? How do I want to feel? Who do I want to hang out with? What are my interests? What am I going to contribute to the world? Think about that, because you can do it. And this is your time to do it. And this is where you'll see people like Chris Bledsoe. He doesn't tell, and I think he sees some horrific things happening. I think they already are. Protests and fires and all kinds of stuff. It seems scary, but it's the cleanup period. It's the period where things are getting, just removed or coming to the surface. I just shot a video. I said, the scum is coming to the surface and you can't hide it anymore. Nobody wants to put up with it. We're not going to glorify people because, there's some movie star or rapper or whatever government official. We're not going to glorify them because they're in high positions if they're doing crappy stuff. It's not okay. And so we are no longer going to place them on a pedestal and realize we are all equal and perfect. And we're not going to condemn them either, or take sides or argue about it. Isn't it silly we argue? That's what they want. Keep them arguing with each other while they're all hanging around together, helping one another. Let them. What are you creating? Are you going through a cleanup period? I know I am. There's a few things I thought, wow, okay, there's a few uncomfortable things that I have to handle. I don't want to. It's part of the world. You have to do certain things and get things in order and, make phone calls and put people in place for certain things. And I thought, but where's that going to get me? It's going to get me where I want to be. It's going to get me in places that are going to be safer and nicer. that are going to make more sense for me, or that, you know, are going to put me in a position where life's going to be a lot nicer and easier. You're going to have to do that and take full responsibility. So those of you who are interested and you want to clean up your life, in the description I have Digital Explorers. There's a free webinar. We're creating planet conscious businesses, no background of experience of any kind. The second thing is I have a list of stores and products that are non-toxic, no animal testing, and completely plastic free. Start using them. They're actually cheaper than what you're using right now. And I don't have any toxins. I gotta think, do I have any toxins? If I do, there's some old bag somewhere, you know, sitting around. But I have all, you know, clean things. And if something doesn't work as much, you know, bleach, I had to give up bleach, right? My neighbor told me, she says, oh, you can use hydrogen peroxide with a little baking soda. Sure enough, it worked. And so it was no big deal, but my bleach isn't going into our water systems here. This is a cleanup period. We've got to clean it up, my friend. We've got to clean it up. And if you don't, you will not be going into the golden era. You're going to stay in the mess. Not the consequences of this, but you're going to stay in this. And there will be no cleanup period. You're just going to stay in this. And that's what a lot of people will be doing, and that's okay. It doesn't have to affect you, all right? It doesn't. Observe it, break through fear, go down, get some free stuff. I'll help you get through all of this. Because you're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.